Pops in the Rican.
Pops and the Pops
Look at this. Pops in the Rican. The Pops in the Rican. What's the Pops in the Rican?
Look at the top of his head! Look at his head!
Pops in the Rican.
Pops and
What is up?
Ho, ho, ho!
What's going on, man? How you doing?
You know, it's a good thing that we don't have video going during the introduction part, because every time you're doing that introduction part, you know, the guy gets good. Let's get ready to rumble, and I'm always like, let's get ready.
You're getting in, man. You do. You are in the background
and I'm
getting
like,
it in.
there's going to be one of these days, people are going to be like, oh, let's watch some of the behind the scenes things, and I'll be like looking like a dork, and I appreciate
you, bro.
that. So.
I think I'm gonna have to do that one time. I'm just gonna have to bust you out, man.
Yeah, well, you know,
Just to let them know that we have fun here. You know what I'm saying on the Pops and Ricky show.
well, we always have fun, whether we're here or not. But
yeah, exactly.
So, hey, by the way, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Cinco de Mayo, force be with you.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
I don't know what that means. Anyway,
has nothing to do with.
It's as close as I'm going to get to speaking another language.
Exactly.
But hey, I don't know if you heard, but
what?
we've got some big news.
We got some big news.
Oh man,
we have some big news.
Oh, did you hear that this week?
Yeah.
Like this past Friday, the governor of the state of Indiana, what's his name? Hookem.
Hokum.
Yeah. Hookem, Shookem, Shakem, Holcomb, whatever his name is. You heard that he came out and he designed this 28-step plan to getting things back rolling forward.
Yes.
I don't know if it's 28 because
it is a few steps.
There were numbers involved, and that meant I had to do math or pay attention.
Yep.
But I do know this, that the statement was made that as of May 24th, which is like on a Monday or a Tuesday, again, I haven't paid attention.
Drum roll. But
that things could start to open, and that Gutties, we could actually open back up at 50%.
We can open shows 50%. Yes, sir.
Of the house, which means that's we can go up to 40 tickets a night.
Yes.
Which is great because that means Gutties can actually open back up.
We're back.
And we can start doing some shows.
Yes. Finally, we can open the doors again, man. It's been
so we
crazy.
have to wait. Unfortunately, we will have to wait till that weekend, the 29th and 30th of May.
So the 29th and 30th.
29th
That's the announcement.
And
29th and 30th
of May.
We're back.
Oh, man.
And we're opening the doors, and we're going to bring that funny back to Greenwood, Indiana. We're back May 29th and 30th. You can get your tickets now by downloading the mobile app for Gutties Comedy Club. If you go to the Apple Store or Android, download the mobile app. You can actually purchase your tickets right now. So get your tickets. We're limited to 40 seats, so you definitely want to jump on and get your tickets now because it's going to be insane. We have a great lineup.
Now, I want to make sure and let everybody know that while we have been closed, we've kind of gone in, we've cleaned, we've done all
the
that
shop.
stuff. But then we're going to reset a few things, and we're going to get things in position so that we'll make sure that we have tables set so everybody will be able to be socially distanced and all of that stuff.
Yep.
We're going to be ready and be safe all at the same time. So when we open up, people can come out, enjoy a great show, and not have to be concerned about, you know, if that guy at the other table is a little too close, do I need to kick him in the back of the head or something like that? You know,
none of that. We're definitely going to have everything set so that way you're safe, everybody's safe, and we can all enjoy some comedy, some live entertainment that we've been wanting for a while. So I definitely want to say this too as well. Every single one of you that have donated to Gutty's Comedy Club, if it wasn't for you guys, for real, this is so sincere, guys. If it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to open these doors, for real. And we've been in the dark for almost a month and a half, 2 months and a half. Yeah, just about.
It's been
And
crazy.
it's just been insane. And, you know, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to do this.
No.
We wouldn't be able to bring shows back. So I am so thankful and grateful to every single one of you guys who have followed us, who follow all 2,000 of you guys on Facebook and on Instagram. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. We love you and appreciate that. And we want to get back to the way things were and get back into that momentum that we were having. So, again, May 3rd, 29th, and 30th.
May 29th and 30th.
We are back on. We definitely going to have a few things. I know a couple people are asking, like, open mic's going to be coming up soon, and also we have improv that's going to be starting as well. So just be ready for that. We'll let you know when the next open mic is going to be available, and also our improv nights are going to be available too as well. And again, practicing all the rules and guidelines that they laid out for us. But the great thing about it is the fact that we get to see you again. And we get to do this again.
And we're doing everything so that not only are we doing it to be safe for the people that are coming in and the comics and everybody can be safe, but we got to make sure that we're doing this in compliance with what the governor's statements have been set in place, so that we don't get in trouble and they say, okay, you guys have to go back to being closed. And we want to make sure we're doing everything to keep safety first, but let's get this place opened up so we can bring home the laughs, because laughter is the best medicine. And and so let's get things rolling with that. So
let's get back to momentum, man.
Now the cool thing is, as soon as we found out that we could have shows on the 29th and 30th, you and I said, well, now we've got to get a show into place. And so immediately I made contact with the guest that we have on tonight's show with us. He was scheduled to be one of the acts that we were going to have before things got shut down. So he was already planning on rolling in to do a show with us. And so I hit him up and said, hey, May 29th and 30th, it looks like we can open at 50%. So we're only going to have 40 seats per night, but you want to come do that show? And he said, no, I don't. I mean, no, he said, well, of course I do. Of course. So I was like, well, hey, that's great, because we will have that first show locked into place, and we can start promoting it right away. And so we can get people knowing, hey, get your tickets now, because we only have 40 per night.
Right.
And so now
jump on it. So again, go online, or you can go online, but you got to download the mobile app so you can get the tickets. Download Gutty's Comedy Club mobile app so that way you can get your tickets and purchase them now before the show starts. So without further ado, man,
we'll bring in the guest for tonight. He is going to be headlining on May 29th and 30th at Gutty's Comedy Club, downtown Greenwood. You will not want to miss this show. It's going to be a great time. Help me welcome to the Pops and the Rican podcast, my good friend, Joe Bates.
What's going on, Joe?
Not much. What's going on with you guys?
Welcome. We're good.
You guys got all the background drop thing figured out, and I just got this little 2x2 picture.
I get a chance. Well, the thing is, I get a chance to, the setup. I have our setup here in the front lobby of the club. We have all the shows that happen, so I'm lucky to be able to at least pop up the camera, and I'm good, man. So
these are all the shows I'm booked for right now.
There you go.
Well,
nice.
Look at him showing off.
There we go.
I don't want to brag.
We definitely good. The great thing about it is that you're going to be on this wall. So
perfect, man.
So welcome to the Pops and Rican show, man. It's great to meet you, and thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely I'm excited to have you at the show too as well on the 29th and 30th too. Thanks for coming out, and thanks for agreeing to come and hang with us too as well.
No problem. The Rican.
Yeah.
So, hey,
what's up, Pops?
Joe, let me ask you. One of the things that we typically open our interviews, our conversation with our guests, is to talk a little bit about how you got into to doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit, give us a little bit of your history. What got you into doing some stand-up, and what was it that kind of, hooked in and said, yeah, this is something you wanted to pursue and make something happen with it?
I got into it. It's odd. When I was 8, so I'm, I know I look very young and attractive. I appreciate that from the fans with their comments. But I am 34 years old. 34, Jesus. I am 34 years old, and I started when I was 18 because I watched Last Comic Standing, and I thought I was funnier than the guy who won it.
Okay.
So
Didn't we all?
So I was so upset that the person who won the show, I was like, well, I'm funnier than that. I can do better. So I went to an open mic at the age of 18 in Houston. It was the Laugh Stop, which was a fantastic club that doesn't exist anymore. And I bombed. I did so poorly.
Yes.
I started comedy out of spite is why I wanted to do it.
Okay.
And then I didn't do it for 7 years after that because I thought I was like, oh, I don't belong. Then I started at 25 again. There was an open mic. I went to it. Did well. Been doing it ever since, and I love it. It's been going really well for me.
That's it.
I think I needed to grow up a little bit is really what had to happen,
Right, because you do get a reality check when you step up that stage and you don't have any idea what's going on, any jokes, and you're just like, but I know I'm funny because when I'm hanging out with my boys, I'm always making them laugh, and my mom tells me I'm hilarious, so I definitely have something. And then you go up on stage and you realize, oh, wait a minute, this really is a profession. This is an art, and it smacks you in the face, but there's very rarely do you see anybody just jump. Or I shouldn't say rarely, but you do get a reality check, but at the same time, you're like, okay, I could do this. And you have that choice. You're at that crossroad. You're going, I either want to jump at this and get ready and prepare myself, or I'm just going to leave it alone. And it's interesting that you took that 7 years to do that.
I took 7 years because when I was on stage at 18, bombing,
okay, yeah. Right.
Someone in the crowd did wow, 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 and my heart was gone. I was like, why am I doing this? And then I always loved performing. Always done different types of theater growing up, and for a while, I know. Again, I don't want to brag, but between that period in my young 20s, I did do karaoke 4 times a week for 2 years straight while sober. So I don't know. Do I have the knack? I think I do.
Right.
So.
Exactly. And you definitely could tell when you go do those type of shows.
So were you originally from Houston, or?
I moved like 15 times in my life. Originally from the greatest state in the union where I was born, best in education, best in healthcare, West Virginia.
Living at the top of the world.
Living at the top
Burning
of the world.
couches? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, well, they're great, man. You go there, they give you get like $5, you're a king. They give you all the dead canaries you want. It's great. I love West Virginia.
Exactly.
So I moved a whole bunch growing up. I was in like 7 schools in 7 years. Just always kind of traveling,
I know what that's all about.
You were raised by nomads, or was that the Witness Protection Program?
Wolves.
Okay.
We were just. No, it was. We were running from the law. No, my dad's job. He just was working from different place to different place, and then when I got out, I kind of kept that up. I moved like I think 4 times since I graduated. So yeah, I've been constantly moving too. Still.
So, are you the only child, or how many in your family?
I am the youngest, like most comedians. I feel like
that's
the majority of comedians you're going to find, the youngest who don't think they have attention, but they actually have too much attention. So
I am
this is
one.
what happens
so I
when
can
you love a kid too much. They think they can do anything, and really, I feel like my parents have failed me.
Yeah,
if I had a real job, I'd be fine with COVID right now. I wouldn't even be a factor. I'd be working.
It's usually the youngest child or the middle child.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
It's
that's true. Yeah,
And it's definitely a different style of comedy between the two, the younger and the middle child as well.
That's true.
And then comedy is just pretty much therapy. Only it's cheaper than therapy, and you might actually occasionally get $1 or $2 for getting up and
sharing your heart,
and bearing your soul in front of everybody.
Exactly.
So.
If you ever meet a stand-up comic who's the oldest in the family, don't go to their Thanksgiving. Just don't. That's a bad.
I don't think I've actually
bad in the home.
I've met a couple of comics who were only children. They were an only child.
They suck.
Okay, I can deal with that, but I don't know that I've met one that was the oldest child and there were siblings under them. I've never. Maybe I have, and I just haven't been paying attention. But
you should be paying attention because they're the real things you should worry about. They're the people
you better watch out with. Yeah, exactly.
They're the ones that will heckle you from the stage.
They're both like that. That's cool.
Yeah. So, well, tell me. One of the other things we often like to ask is when it comes to your writing of comedy, what's kind of your motif? What's your style of writing? Are you a one of these? Let's get a pen and paper and handwrite everything out. Or let's type stuff up on your computer. Do you hope that somebody records it while you sleep and you come up with great stuff you're talking in your sleep? I mean, how do you go
just
about
writes
putting
on stage? Yeah.
How do you go about putting your stuff out there?
I would recommend any new comic listening, write on paper or write on your computer or just constantly write. I did that. I would used to go to open mics like 2 or 3 hours early and I would write my set list that I would do that night out. Not verbatim, but just kind of the jokes I was going to do.
Yeah.
I'd come up with new jokes constantly. And that was good. It was good for me because I was making a lot of new material, but I ended up sounding very rehearsed when I was on stage to the point where I had to make it part of the act because I couldn't sound natural. So what I do now is usually I find something, a subject, I think about like 4 lines that I want to say, and then I just kind of go on stage.
And just throw it out there, see if it sticks.
Throw it out there, see what happens, see if anything sticks. I do stand up in such an odd style that I can stop jokes mid-joke and it doesn't seem like it's weird.
Okay, so how did you get to that place? Yeah, so how did you get to that's interesting because I just feel like everybody has their way to be able to, like for myself, what I do is I'm OCD when it comes to getting my jokes right because I have everything in folders and all that stuff. So I have to make sure that I see exactly what's happening. And then to be able to riff, I just got to make sure I have a foundation of whatever I'm going to say. I got to know what point of view I'm bringing, and then be able to kind of riff a little bit and see what works. But you do get to a place if you're doing it enough where you kind of know yourself and you hear your voice and you're like, okay, I'm going to try this just because I know. So just interesting to how, you're like you're at a place where you're saying, well, now I could just go up there and just test this way. And I could stop it at this point because I know how I can fill it in. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, I mean, I can read a crowd better than I used to. So I know if there's nothing to go with or what kind of stuff to push and what not to say. I think, honestly, because I did a lot of characters starting off.
Okay.
A lot of different, even my own stand-up was sort of a character. And then eventually when I moved to Indianapolis, I had a character called the Power Move Guy. And he would go up and be very cocky.
Yeah.
Tell you exactly why he's so successful. Bing, bang, boom. And I would start my set off with this like overly confident character. And then the rest of my stand-up would flow from that, where I just already have this confidence exuding. So then if you're not laughing, it's not my fault. You're the problem. And so I've kind of
you're able to
taken
play
that,
out that. Yeah.
I've
Let's
taken
start
that
out
idea
blaming
of like
the
starting,
audience.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly, but that's what you somehow have to exude on stage. So people, no one wants to feel sorry for you when you're on stage. No one wants to go, oh man, no one laughs there.
Right. Right. It's more pity.
No one's ever been like, oh, your dad's dead.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
Exactly. Right.
I mean, it can be funny, but you don't want to be,
Right. You definitely want to get them to a place where they understand you at first, and they get you, and they're able to connect with you. And if you can connect with them, then whatever you're bringing out, you've already established that, and they're like, okay, all right, I can roll with this guy. What do you have? Now hit me with the jokes.
There really is something to explaining in not obvious ways what's going to happen throughout the set early on in your show. And that I've been doing, I do longer sets, so I'm allowed to give that kind of leeway. Whereas if you're doing shorter sets, just get to the jokes. Just go boom, boom, boom. This is what I'm doing. Here it is. Here's my 5 minutes. But when you're doing longer sets, you really got to kind of set the tone for what's going to happen for 30 to 45 minutes.
Nice.
Well, and I think one of the things that happens just in the evolution of a comic is when you get to that point where you're asked to do longer sets. Initially, you still kind of are thinking in the mindset of the 5-minute open mic time frame, and you go out to do a 15-20 minute set, and you feel rushed to because I got to get everything in. But once you started doing that and you get to the place where you're doing 45 to an hour, you realize that you have a little bit more time to enjoy the pace. You get to enjoy it more. The audience gets to enjoy it more. And you get a little bit more comfortable with the pacing of things. And then, I don't know about you, but that's when it really became fun to, in the moment, just to enjoy everything that was going on, the give and take with the audience, and allowing yourself really to not only to read the audience, but to interact and engage the audience in a way that you don't get to when you only have 5 minutes,
Yeah, I mean, closing out a show, once you start closing out shows, it's kind of like, all right, I don't have to worry about what's next or anything. This is the end. You just have so much more confidence. But for longer sets, this is some advice I got that was good. There's probably, I would say, there's two main things that have really helped me out in stand-up. One, when you're, and I don't do this anymore, but I was doing this when I started doing longer sets, is you split in the thirds.
Okay.
The first third is probably your second strongest chunk of jokes for that time frame.
Okay.
The last third is your strongest. And in the middle, just be weird. Do real loose premises, kind of, you can get away with it because you're sandwiching everything you're doing,
Okay. Yeah.
And then for writing, the best advice I ever had was write what you think is funny, but keep what the audience tells you is funny.
Right.
So you're writing for yourself, but, at the same time, there's at one point you're kind of, making yourself happy and not making the crowd happy.
Right.
But don't write for the crowd. I really can't stress that enough. Do not write what you think the audience is going to like, because that
it doesn't
always
work.
comes off. Sometimes the audience will love it and you'll do really well, and that's fine. But there's a very low ceiling for that type of comedy.
Right, and I think wouldn't that play to those who, like, if it's your home club and people know you, it could work because of the fact that they know your work and they know what you do, and what the room is like. I wanted to ask, because the thing is, what I get a lot of questions on is when did you ever get to the place where you realized I can take this set anywhere? Because some comics say, if you want to know how your set's doing and how well you're doing, get out of your home state and go somewhere else and try it somewhere else. Now, have you ever gotten to a place where you're like, okay, now I could take this whole set, and like, did you ever see that transition where we're going from home to, all right, I'm doing this in California, or I'm doing this like in Maine, you know what I'm saying, or just anywhere that is not necessarily deemed, comedy centric. Did you ever get to that place where you're like, oh, okay, now I'm at a spot where I know I could take this anywhere?
That's difficult because for the first 4 years, my goal was get work at a club. And I've been in 4 different scenes. So I started in Houston. I was out in San Jose for a couple of years. I was in Chicago for a short period before I moved down to Indianapolis. So I just kept doing whatever I could, whatever shows were there. I was doing whatever show I could, going out there. When I came down here, I was driving a lot more outside Indianapolis, different states, starting in at different festivals. And I feel like it was just a slow burn and a slow, I definitely bombed some gigs when I first started doing 30s, 45, definitely, I don't know, bomb is the right answer, but just not doing well.
It's
but
not hitting.
Again,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
got
a
you.
learning process.
Yeah.
You're getting outside yourself, what you have. But I don't know if there was ever a moment where I was like, oh, this set will do good wherever, because I thought that the entire time. Even when I wasn't doing well, I just constantly was like, "This is
That's good. Yeah, it's
good
true.
wherever I do it." It's not my fault.
Right.
But again, at the same time, I kept writing, kept making new stuff, kept working in molding things that I had to get better. And I think eventually I just became more and more comfortable being on stage, and again, exuding that more confidence when I'm on stage. So the audience feels more relaxed to laugh,
Right.
Let me
They
ask-
trust you that you are taking care of it.
Right.
Let me ask you this. You talked about festivals. Is that something that, kind of a two-part question, is that something you found to be beneficial for you? And what do you think is the best way to approach if you're going to be part of a festival or attending a festival to get the most out of benefit for you as a comedian during the time that you're spending there?
I've done a lot of festivals. I've done a lot of the real low-level ones, and I've done some mid-level ones, and I've done 2 or 3 really great festivals that I'm very lucky to be on. I think they've helped me out a lot in the sense that I met a lot of comics. I've traveled a lot from it. I've gotten some work from it. But again, I think festivals it's basically just a networking event where you meet people in the right places that can help you out. I booked a couple, week-long runs here and there from people I knew from festivals, did one-nighters. They let me close out the show. They saw me in the festival. They trust me, If I got into here, then that's good. And I think that's really all it is. Like, I got in a few festivals that helped me get into other festivals later, which helped me get into other festivals.
So it's all and it does network. It gets you connected to everybody that's in the game, and that's the thing about it, is that it's not just exposing yourself and your comedy, but really it's networking to where now your network is your net worth, is what I keep hearing too as well. It's just it'll open up other doors in that field for you if you're serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, that any job, any occupation you do, it doesn't matter if you are an engineer. It doesn't. You have to make connections. There's unless you're going to be otherworldly in skill.
Right.
If you are the greatest, and even then, you still need to be pleasant with people.
Right.
But to get into festivals and stuff, again, if you're newer, I look for lesser known festivals. The key is just working on a good video. A good video that just shows you who you are or doing well,
Let's talk about that too, because some videos, since we
watched
work as
videos
booking, it's tough.
Last year I watched videos for a festival, and there were a lot that were just bad.
Yeah.
Like, you need the keys. The beginning of the video should be right when you're on stage. They don't need the host. Don't need to see the host at all. Just right when you're on stage. It should be clear visually, and the audio should be clear, and you should hear your audience laughing. And if you have those 4 things at a good quality, and good jokes on top of that,
right. You gotta be killing it, right? Exactly.
But I'm assuming you think you have good jokes while you're doing it. So I'm not gonna. I mean, nobody's listening to it like, good jokes.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I didn't
Exactly, bro.
I didn't need to write that. I was just reading.
I will say that was you're spot on, because I was just asked to help judge some video stuff for another contest thing, and there was one. The comic was, the material was very creative, was good original material, but they came in, and this was pretty much what you saw of the comic with the way their camera was, and I was like, wow, I couldn't tell did they have stage presence? Did they did they make contact with the audience? And so just the quality of positioning of the camera and just some of those basic things are really important to help you present your presence in a very positive manner. You know.
So when you saw, you're like profile, more like amateur file.
Exactly.
And that's the kind of comedy you can expect at Gutty's Comedy Club. Man.
Definitely get your tickets. Make sure you get your tickets. We're crazy. No, like I get it, because now I feel like the way that things have been pushing us towards now this, with the pandemic and all this stuff that's happening now, it's really pushing everybody that is working in the comedy field towards technology and making sure that you get on your game. Yes, podcasts were going on before this whole thing, and everybody jumped on the whole podcast wagon. And I get that, and that's great, because you definitely, as a comedian and as an artist, you want to make sure your name is out there and you're pushing as much as you can. But at the same time, you really have to master the art of learning how to get it right, because you can just go and grab a camera and do whatever, but at the same time, you're not really focusing on the importance of lighting, like you're talking about, and making sure that there's the audio is right, or at least get your set right and get ready. If you're not focusing, at least putting some effort into those aspects, it will be a huge factor, especially club owners like ourselves. We're looking for great material, so we're going to ask you for that. And then if it's really good, it's like, okay, do you have 10 minutes? Do you have 20 minutes? Do you have 45 minutes of your work, so that we can at least put you in the right spot, in the right slot for the club? That's so important. So how has it affected you? Are you jumping on the whole, making sure that, I have a YouTube page, or I'm out there at least having stuff on there? Because I know that you're a writer for the Bob and Tom Show. So how has that affected you in that role?
Well, it's difficult because I'm not the best at social media. I try. I keep plugging on Twitter and working on that, and I feel like I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
But putting constant content is something that people want. They want that out of a comic, and they want good content, and a lot of people have short attention spans. The most famous comics are still constantly putting stuff out there. To me, what I like doing, and I'm not saying this is the right way, is that I like going, okay, here's a project. I want to focus on it and make sure it's as good as I can possibly make it. Like, I've done a couple podcasts. One when I first started out with a couple friends. Nobody listened to it. It was just us to listen to ourselves talk later.
Right. Exactly, yeah.
We just did it. We're like, oh, I can't wait to listen to me again. When I talked to my friends about the thing we just talked about, oh, it was great.
Right.
I did another podcast that I liked a lot called Rank You Very Much, where I had two guests. They were experts in the fields. There's some sort of character work in it, and we just ranked different categories. We would take 12 things given by audience. That was fine. I did like over 100 episodes of it, but after a while, I was like, okay, this isn't taking me to that next level to where I want to go.
Right.
I like doing it, but at the same time, it's more work than what I like doing. But what I just did with my couple buddies was a thing called Entertainment Federation Wrestling.
Okay. Yes.
EFW.
Yep.
Which is a fictionalized, serial, episodic wrestling promotion where myself, Cale Forbes, Austin Fry are wrestling announcers for a wrestling promotion, and it's just us talking about the matches. We have audio in the background. There's sound effects. So
nice.
When we say a move, you hear the move going on in the background. We voice the cast of it. We do all the wrestlers' voices. We do all the different characters into the background. We finished it. It was 8 episodes we did. We released it all on YouTube, Spotify. EFW, Entertainment Federation Wrestling.
Okay.
And a lot of work put in it. Cale Forbes was the audio engineer for it. He did all the audio work. It was unbelievable.
That's
he wrote
awesome.
entrance music for like 30 different wrestlers. He just made it all. So, but we storyboarded it. We planned on what we were going to do. We recorded all of it before releasing any of it. So we had a whole season, you know. But I like doing that a lot, where it's just kind of visually seeing what you're going to create and making it, and then putting a good product out there.
That's dope.
It's been all right, you know. I think it did pretty well.
Well, as long as you have number one, you're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
So then outside of that, how much involvement are you like? Do you do like other than the sound effects and all this stuff? What part are you just writing everything, all the different scripts and the roles, or like do you do any commentating?
So it's basically like when you have 3 announcers doing a match. It's just those 3 announcers, and we're kind of explaining what's going on the show. So it'll come, hey, welcome to Entertainment Federation Wrestling. We'll do some banter. Here's our first match. We'll announce the match.
Yeah.
Of what's going on. For example, we have a father-son tag team that comes out, but the dad never shows up.
There it is.
So
there it is.
So the son just keeps getting beat up because the dad never shows up.
That's horrible. It's awesome.
Yeah. We have one guy, Even Steven, and his finisher, he punches the guy and himself in the face, and it's just always a tie. He knocks them both out. It's just stuff like that. We just wrote, and what we did is we go, okay, here are the matches, here are the storylines that we want to, here's a story arcs that we want to do. Okay, here's the match. Here are the 2 or 3 things we want to have happen, and then we just improvise it and keep re-recording until we get exactly what we want. We do commercials in it. It's really, perfect. Yeah, that's
awesome.
It really is just something. It's super silly. It's super fun, and there's a story arc to everything that's happening. There's a reason for all the stuff that's going on, which is nice.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
so now,
I recommend it highly.
Now, you said you've got the first season that you completed. Are there plans to do more seasons? You're still going to be doing more of that then?
Well, we storyboarded it all out, and we got excited because we were all going to be home for a while, so we thought we had time to do it. But then we can't. All 3 of us are dating. This is how bad the world is. 3 guys who are running an Entertainment Federation Wrestling, a wrestling podcast, which is all fictionalized with characters. We're all dating people who don't want us to see each other. So we've already broken the grounds. There's no reason any of us should be dating anybody.
Right.
And all of our girlfriends said we can't see each other, so we've been kind of bummed out about that until this coronavirus is over. So yeah, no. So I don't. Is it worth it to be dating the love of my life? I don't know.
Let's hope she ain't watching then.
I highly doubt it.
Doubt it too. That's awesome, man.
So you started this podcast. You started it before the whole Corona thing.
Yeah,
right?
It took us a year to record the entire season just from schedule conflicts and all that stuff. So, and then editing it was, we're recording a lot of stuff. Each episode's like 45 minutes to an hour. So, Gail put a lot of work in, but yeah, we got it all recorded and released. We wanted to make sure everything was done before we started releasing any episodes. So
that's cool.
Well, I know it takes a lot of work because I have to slave away to get all of the transition slides and everything that we have, the background stuff we have. It takes me forever to get all that stuff ready.
I mean, I can tell because Pops is the first name in the podcast.
I know, right? It's just exactly. Yeah, he's doing everything, man.
So
I'm just sitting back.
It's
just
nice.
Clean the bathroom, take out the trash.
It's nice to talk to somebody that puts in as much effort as I do.
You should talk to Kale because I barely do anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice to talk to somebody who puts as much effort into the show as I do. So.
I'm not good at getting other people's jokes. All right, I'll tell you that. if it's not about me fully, then it's gone.
It's almost like exactly. It's all good.
So let's. I know Steve mentioned the fact that you do some writing for the Bob and Tom Show.
Yeah.
Let's talk just a little bit about how'd you get engaged in writing for Bob and Tom.
I was writing for them freelance for a little bit. They, basically they give me newspaper headlines and I write for them just to show them what I could do, kind of get in there. Tom really liked the work I was doing. They hired me as a full-time writer and doing that for almost over 2 years now.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
They've been really good to me. I've been on the show a couple times to promote some stuff. I'm surprised how nice they've been to me. I can't think of anybody, kinder than the Bob and Tom Show. Tom Griswold, very nice. His son Sam helped me out a lot. But yeah, no, it's been. Sorry, I got people at the door.
It's all good, dude. No worries, it's not loud.
Okay, cool.
You can hear a little bit, but it's all good. It's not distracting.
Okay,
only to you. Cool. That's all.
My girlfriend is talking to a stranger, so I.
Yeah, you want to make sure everything's all right.
This is very weird to be like, when we're not supposed to talk to anybody or be near people. There's a kid outside on the porch, some adult talking. If I get, I might get murdered. I might get murdered literally on your little podcast. So what just happened?
Well,
your what? Oh, it was her principal. She teaches at a school.
Okay, that's cool.
We got. Is this whiskey? I got.
From the principal. That's awesome.
I got a gift. I literally thought she was getting murdered. Also,
awesome.
What a bad boss to show up and get near you and hand you a. This isn't Clorox wipes. I know this. There's no wipes on this. This is. We're dead. I'm dead. I got.
You just can't. That's it.
Show. Get a new headliner for May 29th and 30th, folks, because I'll be dead.
Well, hopefully between now and then you can at least inject yourself with a little Clorox. And
you can inject, you'll be all right.
I got cupcakes.
Whoa, yo.
Blessings. Well, I didn't get cupcakes. She got cupcakes.
I know, right? But you're going to enjoy it. Exactly.
I didn't. It's a combo thing. I was so scared for you, Katie. Katie, say hi to the thing. This is my girlfriend, Katie.
What's up, Katie?
Hi,
Katie. Hey, what's up?
She's a very funny comic as well.
Yes. We need to have her over too.
Holy moly! I thought you were getting murdered. Okay.
Now we're a little bit disappointed because we thought that was going to be like the thing that put our podcast over the top.
Right.
Yeah, me getting murdered.
The ratings would go through the roof if
we finally get followers.
Yeah. Hey, we were the podcast that was there on the air.
Right. When Joe Bates.
When Katie and Joe got killed.
Joe Bates died.
That's horrible.
When Katie and Joe got murdered, we were there. We broke the story for you. So.
Jeez Louise. They be showing this on a new Netflix documentary. What happened
to Joe Bates? Exactly. We'll be part of it. We'll get interviews.
He was so quiet back in
the
day.
I don't know what was going on. Yeah. Exactly.
I know. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm back. Yeah. So writing is a very difficult thing. I usually let things happen to me and just go with that. No.
No, but I get it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. You let that bad boy. You got them butters now. That's what they say.
I don't think I've cut my hair in like 5 months. It's crazy. It's a bad idea. Don't ever do it.
I think I'm safe. I think I'm good.
Okay, good. I'm trying to get full Timothy Chalamet. That's my goal.
Nah, bro, I can't. My stuff is gone gray now, so I'm good.
Yeah, put that hat back on. I'm seeing why you both have hats.
I was talking with a buddy of mine just before we came on for the show, and I didn't have my hat on then. He's like, I don't think I've seen you recently without your hat. I realize now why you're wearing the hat. And I was like,
now we know.
Yes, and so what's up there is gray, and what isn't up there is pretty much the.
I hear you, man. There. I got gray in my hair. I got gray in my hair too. I still look young with it, but I look great. You're right. I appreciate it. Thank you, the Rican. But just look fantastic. Oh man, I could talk about my hair all day. It's super thick. It's not going away. I'm never going to be bald. My dad's got a great head. It doesn't matter, folks. Let's
Just let it grow, bro. Just let it go. It doesn't matter. It's all good.
I used to make fun of my younger brother because he always wore a hat, and I was like, you're wearing that hat, you're going to ruin your hair follicles. You're going to go bald before the rest of us. He still has hair.
He still has it.
How old are you? Were you a kid saying follicles? You were already old when you were 12, man.
I led a pretty boring life.
Yeah.
There it is.
People will be like, "So, what'd you do today?" I read the dictionary. That was fun. Gotta pass the time some way,
It's all good.
I think the dictionary really picks up during the C's. I really do. I think there's a cliffhanger. You'll see that.
Well, I did find out by reading the dictionary that my parents lied to me. Cleanliness is not next to godliness.
Oh, no, it's not.
Google is next to godliness.
Yeah.
But cleavage was next to cleanliness. And that got me in trouble when I told that joke at Sunday school that next Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro.
We were kicked out of that church.
Uh-huh.
You got kicked out of a church?
I got stories. I got stories for you, kid.
Where did you get your bread and wine from then?
We just went to a different church, Before they realized that crazy kid in the middle was trouble.
Crazy.
That's all.
They're still on the porch, just so you know. They're still here.
They're still there.
Don't like
Okay.
this. Anyway,
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry, man. We're about to wrap it up. It's all
good.
good, man. So that way you can go protect your ladies. It's all good.
I was gonna say if we keep going, are you gonna kill somebody? You're not getting killed.
I don't know.
Gonna kill
I've been
somebody.
very paranoid this whole time. I've been. I'm just glad that there won't be that many people at the show, May 29th. That way you can't blame me. That's not my fault. I didn't sell out a full venue. Okay?
Right.
That's COVID's fault. This is the best time to do comedy, folks, because then it's not. If the crowd's not there, you got excuses.
Exactly.
Well,
I can at least say that to the landlord before we got to pay rent. Hey, COVID. I couldn't sell out the place. It's all good. Well, we don't want to keep you too long, but we do want to thank you again for hanging out with us, man. And I know it's a interesting time that we're in right now. But again, thanks for coming hanging out with us here on the show.
I
and also
appreciate it. I had a lot of fun
coming
today.
out. Yeah, it's gonna be a great show, man. So.
That'd be fantastic.
Before we head out too, we like to ask this question too as well. In the game, for as long as you've been, I'm sure you've met a lot of other great comedians too as well. We wanted to ask, what kind of advice? What's the best advice that you get from anybody that has been in the game that you can share with us?
Oh man, I feel like I really held this one too early, but so let me think if I can think of something else. I do think the best advice I got was the right what you think is funny, keep what the audience tells you is funny.
That's a good one, yeah.
The best advice I've gotten from anybody, quit. That's what it was. It was quit comedy. Stop doing it. There's no money in it. There's no reason to do it.
Run.
If a pandemic happens, you'll be shut down for a month and be doing online shows for barely anything. And if you're not asked for the online shows, you'll be like, well, who am I, And
Right,
then
exactly.
you finally get to do a club, and it's not even a full audience because of COVID-19. So then you got to think, well, what am I going to do? And then you're used to shaking hands after a show. There's not going to be any handshaking after that show. I'll be throwing koozies out in the distance, hoping they catch them.
Exactly.
I don't want their money. Now they're going to pay me electronically. I'm not touching their COVID. I just touched the cupcake. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. That's the best advice I got is I'm dead. I'm going to die from a disease that I didn't know was out there until a guy ate a bat. And that's the problem, is people eating bats. That's the best advice I've ever gotten from a headliner. Don't eat bats, all right? Don't eat bats. Don't eat them.
Perfect.
I know they look tasty by how leathery and evil they look.
Right.
But you can't eat it. That's you just can't. All
just
right.
Don't
even
eat
if it's foaming at the mouth with fangs, that looks delicious. But you can't eat it. Okay. Sure, they sleep upside down and poop all over themselves. Yum yum yum. But you can't Eat them. That's
Right.
I can't stress that enough.
If
All
you're
right.
gonna eat them, just make sure they're cooked well. I mean,
A little barbecue, little garlic, little butter.
don't undercook them. That's all I'm saying. You know.
You can't undercook a bat. All right.
Right. Man, thanks again, Joe. Man, we appreciate you and looking forward to the show, the 29th and 30th. Man, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Appreciate
Looking forward to seeing you guys there as well. All right.
All right,
Take
man.
care.
Take care. Have
See
a
you
good
there,
night.
man.
Yep. Bye bye.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. That was Joe Bates.
So, by all means, people, get your tickets now because you're in for a treat.
Yep.
The 29th and the 30th, because I guarantee you, Joe is going to bring his A game. He's not going to pull off, and he's not going to ease off the gas just because we have 50% of the room available. He's going to bring the show for a sold-out audience.
Yep.
And so it's going to be a lot of fun.
We also got to say this too as well. We can't forget our feature and our guest comedians as well.
Oh,
I mean,
well-
because we're gonna have a nice lineup, man. You guys definitely are in for it. We're gonna have a great lineup. Who share with everybody else? Who else is gonna be at the show?
It's going to be just a fantastic show because we're going to start things off. Our guest spot for that night is one of our house comedians, Hoss Ridgway.
Yes.
Hoss, he said that he's been working on some new songs, some new fun stuff. So during this shutdown, he doesn't have an audience to get out and have some fun with. So he's just chomping at the bit to have some fun. And let me tell you, with that illustration, chomping at the bit, he is a big horse chomping at the bit. And you definitely will want to come and see what he's been working on during the COVID shutdown.
Yep.
And then our feature for the night is Jake Rubel.
Come on, man.
And Jake is always fun, and whether he's been in shutdown, lockdown, or not, but just because he's had all that craziness just building up, ready to explode, I can guarantee you're going to have some fun that night because he's ready to bring the goods as well. And so, we'll start out Hoss Ridgway as our guest, Jake Rubel is our feature, and then again our headliner Joe Bates, who we've just visited with here for a while.
Yep.
If he's still alive, if he hasn't killed somebody or been killed by the principal of his wife's school, or his girlfriend's school, if he's still alive, he'll be there, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. That's
gonna be great, man. I can't wait.
I don't think he's bringing cupcakes though.
Nah, he ain't bringing no cupcakes, bro.
I should have asked him, hey, you going to bring some of those COVID cupcakes?
Yeah, exactly. No, we'll smack him out of his hands before he gets into the door. It's not happening because we got the show, we got the spot set up. We're gonna be we're gonna have the place ready for you guys when you guys roll through. Make sure to download the mobile app so you can buy the tickets. Get your advance tickets now. They're available right now online. If you go to Gutty'sComedyClub.com, download the mobile app. You can download it at the Apple Store or Google Play. And it says tickets right there. You click on it, and you'll find the Joe Bates comedy show, the 29th and the 30th.
Again, we only have 40 tickets.
Only 40
per show.
seats.
And
40 seats
And
available.
I will say this. Once we hit 40, there's not going to be standing room. There's not going to be somebody, hey, can we sneak in and sit in the back row? Can we lean up against the back wall?
We can't,
No, we can't. And we're not going to put other people in danger, and we're not going to get the cops after us.
Right. We don't want that.
Not again.
Right.
So, no, so here I'm saying, if you want to get in to see this show, get your tickets now so that you have a ticket for that night.
Yep.
And we'll make sure that the room is set so you don't have to worry about distancing and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do the work to make sure it's safe for you. Hey, and I will say this, because I know one of the things people are encouraged to do is to wear some type of mask, some type of covering when you're out in public. If you don't have something, we are working on a Gutty's face protection.
Yes.
It's not a mask. What is it, like a tube?
It's called a tubie. Yeah, it's called a tubie. It's really cool. It's great. It's actually it's multi multi-purpose. So like you can use it for all kinds of stuff. But the great thing about it, it has you can protect your face too as well. So you can wear it as a face mask. It's really cool. We're definitely gonna have something very soon. Where you'll see, you can make a pre-order for some too as well. So that way you can have a Tubi mask, Gutty's Comedy Club Tubi mask. You can support Gutty's Comedy Club through that too as well, and also enjoy by coming in and using your mask too as well. So if you're serious about, I want to make sure that I have every single thing available as far as masks and everything. We'll have that available as well too, so that way you can enjoy comedy.
And here's the thing: if you're going to be out, first of all, just be smart and put that layer of protection there for you and for the people you might encounter along the way.
Yeah.
It's different than what we've done, in the past, but it makes sense. So if you're going to be out and about, first of all, cover up and be safe. Yep. But if you're going to have to do it, represent Gutties while you're doing it. That makes it even more
Show
fun.
the love. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Show everybody what's up, that you're representing Gutties Comedy Club.
Be part of the Gutties tribe and get yours. And Steve said we'll be making those available through the app, and you'll also see us talking about it on Facebook and probably on future episodes here of the Pops and the Rican Show.
Yep.
So you'll learn all about those things, and you'll be able to see what we're doing there. So please be safe.
Yeah.
And know that we're taking your safety very seriously when we're saying, hey, come to the club. Now that we're going to be able to open up on the 29th, we're bringing a great show in the 29th and 30th, and we want to see you there. Please come. Get your tickets now, because we don't want them to sell out and then you not get a ticket. But come and support live comedy and be part of that night of laughs. So by all means, please come the 29th and 30th, the grand reopening, we'll call it.
Yes.
After the COVID shutdown of 2020, we're gonna go back to doing some live comedy.
Doing live comedy, where we're gonna hang out, have some fun, get some jokes going, and have a good time. I know that a lot of people actually have been getting text, man, like, when is this gonna happen? Been waiting for the the green light from the governor, and that's why we appreciate all the work that they've been doing and making sure that we stay safe. And now we got a chance, man, and finally we're going to be able to do it. So make sure you, again, go online, or actually download our mobile app. You can go online and it gives you that link too as well. Download the mobile app, Google Play, App Store, Gutties Comedy Club. Get your tickets now. There's only 40 seats that we can actually fill in this place, so we want to make sure everybody's safe, but we also want to bring this opportunity. And who knows, bro? Who knows? If there's enough where people are saying, I want to see a show, then we will accommodate them. And if we have enough to where we're saying, you know what? Let's open up a second. We might do that. We might. But I'm just saying, right now, we're limited to 40. So you want to jump on, get your tickets now, download the mobile app, and you'll be able to buy your tickets right then and there, and then and get ready for the show, because it's gonna be awesome to be able to finally be out and to share with you guys some jokes. So definitely do that.
Yeah, 40 seats per night, and if we sell out those 40 seats, if we need to, we can do what we need to add an additional show.
Yeah.
But we won't add another show until we know that the first two shows, are sold out. So don't wait thinking, well, they're going to add another. No, you're not sure of that. We are sure that we get 40 tickets on Friday night, 40 tickets on Saturday night. That's what we're sure of. So get your tickets now, so that you don't find out, hey, I really wanted to go to that show, but now I can't.
Now, yep, exactly.
So if you haven't already downloaded the Gutties Comedy Club app on Google Play or on iTunes, by all means, go to the Apple Store, go to the Google Play Store, and download it. And then not only will you get information and be able to buy your tickets from that, you'll get information about upcoming shows, because
Yep.
By the end of this week, we'll have shows lined up for after the 29th and 30th.
Yep.
So we'll get that back into place so you'll know who's coming up and what shows are going to be happening. And I will say for the foreseeable future, at least till the 4th of July, we're going to be locked in at 40 seats.
Yep.
That's pretty much
until
what the governor has said.
Exactly.
Because the timetable has been set in place, and so we're going to be sitting with a 40 seat room between now and the 4th of July. So just know we're going to put shows together, but we're locked into how many seats we have, and so it's going to be limited supply. So make sure you stay ahead of the game by getting the app. As you're looking at the app, you'll see the shows that are coming up. You can get your tickets early so you don't miss out on any of the shows we got coming up.
Right. I'm telling you. Okay, and those of you that also Laugh Sabbath, our open mics, we're going to let you know when the next open mic is going to be. So all the comics that have been chomping at the bit, wanting to get on stage, we're definitely going to have that back and going. And also improv aesthetics is going to be up and running too as well. So just stay tuned and make sure that you're following us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, and follow us on YouTube as well. We're gonna keep posting and keep let you guys know what's the next steps for that too as well. It's gonna be very soon. Just stay focused, stay tuned, and we'll let you know when the next one is gonna be.
Yeah, do us a favor and go
like us,
wherever
subscribe.
There's someplace there's that little thumbs up button,
and hit that bell too, because when we go live, it also lets you know and
subscribe,
notifies you. Yeah, subscribe and hit that bell.
Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and then hit the bell and everything, and then you're going to be right there. You're going to know what's going on, and you're going to be like, hey, I'm on the inside track. I'm getting all this information.
Yep.
We're going to help you out.
It's all good. We'll take care of you for sure.
Yeah.
And it's the Sweets. What's up? How you guys doing? The Sweets say what's up. It's been a long time coming. They've been waiting for Gutty's Comedy Club to open up. We appreciate you guys. Beth, Sweet. Yep. Can't wait to see you as well. Doug, what's up? Doug Arnold, how you doing? Man, it's been a minute. I can't wait to see you, man, when we get things going too as well. And hey, your dad says what's up. What's up, Pop?
My Pops is on there.
Pop Tooley said what's up, man. How's it going, Papa?
I'm confused. If I'm Pops and you're talking about my Pops,
who's really the Pops there? You know what's up.
Getting a little whiplash now.
You know who it is.
Well,
so yeah, Doug, man, it is great news, man. I'm excited about it, man. I know that there's been a lot of people waiting for what's going on, and we've been trying our best. Which again, I can't emphasize this enough, and I'm going to say it over and over. I appreciate every single one of you guys who have given to Gutty's Comedy Club. If it weren't for you guys, I'm telling you, this has been a very dark but yet promising experience for us here at Gutty's, man. And I just thank every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys have been a great support. Moral support, and also the fact financially you guys have given, and I just can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for that, and I'm gonna keep saying that till I'm blue in the face, man, because we love you guys. We really sincerely believe that the whole point of why Gutty's exists is for you guys too as well, just so that we can connect as a community and share comedy with everybody, because that's what we need right now. So thank you so much again.
And I'm gonna say this because we still have from now till the 29th before we actually get to have a show.
Right.
That there's still some time left that we still have bills coming in, and we're not bringing in money because we're not doing shows. You don't have that. They don't have that stream of income.
I'm telling you, man. And 2 months straight, bro. For something like what we're doing, man.
Yeah,
2 months straight's been interesting.
If you can. And if you can spare a couple of bucks, a couple $100, a couple $1,000, a couple $1 million, we would be. We are eternally grateful for the people who have given, and we will continue to be grateful if you can spare a little bit to help us ride out the rest of this storm, because we still have this whole month, and unfortunately, Duke Energy or whoever we have our electric and that with, they still want to get paid for the lights and all of that. So we still have to continue to do that. And we do appreciate the help that we've been given.
Yeah.
And we will continue to appreciate any help you can give to help us. And to be real honest, if you want to become a regular supporter of live comedy and you want to become a regular supporter of Gutty's Comedy Club for a small amount or a large amount of money, we would be happy to visit with you about being a Patreon of the Gutty's Comedy Club.
Yes.
Because we don't want to make it sound like we're doing this thing on our own. We want to build a stronger community.
Yes.
We want to build our tribe so that we can really have great shows going forward. We can continue to provide that clean, family-friendly entertainment, whether it's our family-friendly stand-up shows, our family-friendly improv shows, our family-friendly sketch shows.
Yeah.
We want to continue to provide high-quality, good comedy that the entire family can enjoy for decades to come.
Yeah,
and so
definitely.
If you can help us do that now, and if you want to continue to help us do that, we love you all, and we appreciate what you're doing for us, and we will continue to do our part to bring the standard of great entertainment to Greenwood here at Gutty's Comedy Club.
Yes, and the way that you can do that as well, like he was saying earlier, you can go online to guttyscomedyclub.com/gift, and there you can give any amount, and then also you can also do that through the mobile app too as well. If you go on to download the mobile app, on there it says COVID relief. You can do that by donating there as well and helping us out. And then it'll definitely switch to our Patreon once we're able to get out of this fog of craziness that's there. But I'm excited, man, that we finally can see some light and we can start getting things back to where it should be and represent Greenwood and Indiana to the fullest, man. I'm excited about it. I'm glad that the governor has done great work to help small businesses. Some of us are still going through, so again, we're not completely out of it, but the little that has been coming in, I'm telling you, it's been just a breath of fresh air to be able to see the support and the love, man. I'm just overwhelmed by it, and since day one, since we started here in August, August of last year, it's just been nothing but great connections, great networks, and great people. And so we want to keep that rolling. So again, we say it again, man. We thank you so much and appreciate you guys supporting Gutty's Comedy Club.
Well, I want to thank Joe Bates for his time coming out. He sent me a message after we kind of wrapped up with him that he had a great time tonight, and I want to thank Joe for taking some time and sharing some of his story in life in comedy and what he's doing. That project that he has with the Wrestling Federation,
EFW.
That sounds like a great thing. I'm gonna go check that out because it sounds like those episodes got to be somewhat fun just because of the crazy stuff that they do there.
Yeah.
But I want to thank Joe for his time and coming out and hanging out with us tonight. We hope you come see him at the club. I hope you get one of the tickets because with only 40 tickets available per show, it's not going to be just wait till the last night and show up and get tickets at the door.
It's going to be very interesting. You definitely want to get your tickets ASAP.
And other than that, I think that pretty much has wrapped up another great episode of the Pops and the Rican show.
Yes, sir.
And unless I'm mistaken, even though my pops came in and was watching,
he pretty much outdid your pops, bro.
Well, but for the show, I'm still Pops.
Yep, and I'm the Rican.
And that makes this the Pops
and the Rican show.
Woohoo!
Deuces.
All right, deuces.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
Pops and the Rican.
The Pops and the Rican.
What's the Pops and the Rican?
Look at the top of his head! Look at his
Pops and the Rican.